Hello, friends. Hello, Patriots. It's Josh Clark here running for U.S. Senate. I want to talk with you about ballot harvesting in the 2020 election and Biden and Kamala's lies yesterday in Georgia, in my beautiful state of Georgia. I tell you something, nothing gets me more riled up than to see people of either party propagating absolute lies on innocent people, the citizens that they should be serving. Now, what's even worse is when they travel to Georgia on taxpayer expense to lie to the citizens of this state that I'm running to serve. There is no place for that. It should make you very upset. Let's talk about this for a moment. Now, we could go on and on. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as I can, but let's talk about just a couple of the lies and what really occurred in the 2020 election in Georgia and the new investigation that's underway. All right. So first of all, they came here and they said that SB 202 would prohibit, that's the election bill that passed in Georgia, saying that SB 202 would prohibit people from helping a disabled person vote. Now, if that was true, do you think I would be up in arms about that? Absolutely. You know, you got to do the smell test. You know, if it smells like a lie, it probably is. Okay. That is absolutely absurd. In fact, I've read the bill myself. Have you read it? I dare President Biden and Kamala to actually read the bill before they travel all the way here and lecture me about a bill they haven't even read. Either that or there's clearly just absolute lying, which it's both. I pretty much guarantee it's both. I don't think they've read it, but I know they know what's in it, and yet they're going to lie about it anyway. So here we go. First of all, it absolutely allows you to help a disabled person to vote 100%. Doesn't restrict that. In fact, it's clearly laid out right there in the law. Secondly, it talks about securing drop boxes around the clock. Should we secure drop boxes? Absolutely. Let's talk about that. If we're going to have drop boxes, it should absolutely be secured. Number three, as far as ID, it provides all kinds of alternatives for ID. It's easier to vote than it is to pick up tickets to the Georgia game or the Braves game. So again, lies, lies, lies. But let's talk about why, for example, one particular thing in that bill, which requires secure drop boxes around the clock. Let's talk about that for a moment, because I've been talking about this since before the election actually occurred. I have been saying I am very concerned about mailing ballot applications across the state, millions of ballot applications. And I said, I absolutely know what's going to happen. I absolutely know it will lead to ballot harvesting, which is illegal. In fact, the Supreme Court this past summer again ruled illegal. It's illegal in our state. It's illegal to ballot. The Supreme Court again confirmed that in a case where they were trying to overturn Arizona voter law. Okay, so it's illegal. Now, by the way, remember, this is Biden and Kamala, which their party already. Look at their record. Now, for the first time, New York City will become the first major U.S. city to allow non-citizens to vote. See, they want everyone to vote. They let you. Why do you think the borders are open? You know, let them across the border and let them vote. No, voting is a privilege that's secured by people like my brothers, four of her brothers who have served, 4 on the front lines of Afghanistan, to secure the privilege of getting out there and voting for our leaders. So everybody who's eligible to vote should exercise the privilege to vote in this republic. Absolutely. And anything that would deter, that would intimidate somebody away from voting, I am absolutely against. I will take a bullet for that as well. Okay. So, but let's talk about what actually happened in Georgia. There are serious allegations after many, many months, after over a year of investigations, and they've been saying this since November 30th of 2020. And I've been saying, hey, I think it's absolutely occurred. You know, I think it's obvious, but here's finally, thankfully, Brad, the Secretary of State, has opened an investigation, Brad Raffensperger. Here's what they're saying. After major investigations by True the Vote, they found evidence that a mass ballot harvesting operation took place. In other words, ballot trafficking. Georgia law, as I said, prohibits that. And yet here's what they've found. And I look forward to seeing the full investigation of this. But allegedly, we have 242 people engaged in a total of 5,662 ballot drops. That's an average of 23 runs. So what they're doing, collecting all of these ballots, door by door, street by street, collecting ballots, allegedly paying for ballots. One individual who didn't realize what he was doing was illegal, thought he just got a great paying job, said he got $10 per ballot to deliver them to, and they had to provide evidence, pictures, and that there was allegedly pictures were taking place in front of the ballot boxes, confirming the drops took place. So again, what's interesting is a majority of these over 40% of these ballot drops took place between midnight and 5 a.m. Now, what did your parents tell you? They told me nothing good happens after midnight. In fact, my curfew was before midnight, but for sure after midnight, nothing good happens. Why are a majority of these ballot drops taking place? Now, thankfully, we not only they were able to go off of surveillance cameras, they were also able to use geolocation data that, according to Kevin Brock from the FBI's former intelligence chief, said it's a very useful tool that is used in investigations. So thankfully, they use all this data, and they have found the geo data, they have found the camera data with these vehicles to identify, again, 242 people, 5,662 drops. So they're going back and forth, average of 23 runs per person. Just that's their job, just to collect ballots and mail them in. So no wonder I've heard so many issues. I know you have, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So anyway, that is being investigated. Also in that bill, SB 202, provided the state election board authority to investigate and remove election superintendents who are not fit, are not capable of running fair elections in their county. We've known for many, many years, decades in fact, that Fulton County cannot run a fair election. Okay, they've got an absolute mess. They've got people standing in line for hours. They can't get the election results to us. It's an absolute disaster. So you need to have, I believe, accountability in my life, and certainly in government and business. We need accountability. So some great things are in SB 202. It's a great start, at least, and so let's pay attention to that. Let's watch the results of that investigation. And I want to ask you, if elections matter to you, I want you to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask. If our republic, what I meant to say, if your country matters to you, like it does to me, don't let them bully you and silence you, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, into scaring you, shaming you from asking questions. It's absolutely sickening and appalling to see it take place. Pelosi in 2016 challenged the election. I didn't see anybody, getting an uproar over that. Did you? What about 2018 when Stacey Abrams, who I served with, wouldn't even concede the election to Kemp? What about her going around just last year saying the election was stolen from her? Okay. And then in 2020, when we ask questions or we ask for a full forensic audit, all of a sudden we're the bad guy? No, I don't think so. Okay. I'm not going to bury my head in the sand and worry about what people think about me. I'm going to ask the tough questions, and you should too. And so let's demand that this ballot harvesting alleged operation that seems very clear to me. In fact, I said this was going to happen before it happened, and I hope that it wouldn't, but I didn't see any way around what was going to happen when you mail out millions of ballot applications and put all these ballot boxes all over the state, and you're not monitoring them better than that. So, y'all, there's the truth versus the lies that Biden and Kamala have been spreading here in my beautiful state of Georgia. Thank you so much. Thank you, Patriots. Get out there, go to votejosh.com, sign up for our email list to stay informed, and I need your vote on May 24th in the primary for U.S. Senate. Thank you, and God bless.